大バカのあんたがいるからおとなしくここにいられてるわけ。調子に乗るんじゃないっての。一緒に戦うのも悪くないかもって思っただけ。なんてことを言わせんのよ。後で覚えておきなさいっての。
Hello good people of YouTube and commanders of Azur Lane. Lucky me is 205 over here, and this time we are gonna review not just Admiral Hipper but her retrofit. And somewhere in the past I did Hipper video. But I guess now it's good time to go with the retrofit and the Alchemy module. Now quick run out, just quick run over here. 5610 HP, just because if you owed her 100% and 125 level, that is a very decent amount of HP. Her firepower 309, very good amount. 204 AA for Iron Bloodway, something useful and some degree very questionable. Her luck stat is 66. Like order 66. Her armor type is medium. Now it's properly good amount of armor. Anyway, medium armor detected. Now her torpedo 219. Her speed is 25. Her oil cost is 11. Her reload is 204, decent. She's a heavy cruiser. Her evasion is 67 and her accuracy is 169. Nice. Now if you go with the tech side, there is some also upgrades over there too, but I don't think that's... I'm not sure is that useful at this point, because I am not sure how it works in my way. If it requires you have every ship girl with 125. But either way, if you have maximum tech level, I guess this also improves her some degree. Now as for her gear, now her retrofit actually has some hiccups, because her main gun efficiency has dropped to 120%. Just because she finally has 2 main guns. And why did I say finally? I don't know, just mispronunciation. Her torpedoes is 175, which is very good, and her anti-air is 100%. Now if we go with the retrofit recipe or retrofit road, how do you want to say it? Her chippy animation is also very good looking, I have to admit. I like it. I very much like it. Her hull got improvement. Her hit enchantment got main gun, firepower, torpedoes, some extra, and then hull improvement. Hit enchantment number 2 and torpedo number 2. Her reload as well. And then we have modernization. And then we have tactical learning, which then finishes the job. Now as for her limit break, all out assault tier 3 is very decent and basic, very classic, shall we say, HE heavy HE barrage for heavy cruiser. That was a very quick run about Hipper retrofit. Now what about Hipper herself? If you happen to remember, she was released in Divergent the chessboard on English servers or EAN servers 2018, if I read the information correctly. And yes, she is a fairly old ship, and she has seen everything this game has been through, and I mean everything. And respectively, she is elite first, but once you retrofit her, she becomes super rare. And over the years, we actually got some Alchemy module, which also improved gave her extra firepower, 35 points, and then reload for 10-20. And then we have some various modification effect, which is slash attack area, which says the ship in the frontmost position of your vanguard performs slash attack, yada yada yada. I'm not gonna read everything because that will require time. But then we have very delicious skill upgrade, which is Guarding Shield Plus. But she got Augment module before she got Retrofit. So, I guess it's just respectful, to say the least, to actually go through with the skills with the Admiral Hipper, don't you think? With the Retrofit version, which says the following. Guarding Shield Plus. Increases this ship firepower and accuracy by 20%. And the torpedo and main gun efficiency of your Admiral Hipper class heavy cruisers by 10%. This first part, yes, increases her own firepower and accuracy by 20%, which is a respectful amount, and then increases torpedo and main gun efficiency only heavy cruisers of the Hipper class by 10%, which is also very thankful, very understandable that she is the lead ship of her class. A true big sister. Every 30 seconds deploys 2 rotating shields lasting 15 seconds that can negate up to 10 enemy shells. If I recall, it was light cruiser shells and destroyer shells, perhaps? Every 20 seconds fires level 10 special barrage. Now that I have to look for. Now that was a guarding shield, it has packed very interestingly. Shields, and then every 20 seconds there's a barrage. Then we have Vice Defense, and this is very old skill, which is when this ship is attacked, 8% chance to decrease the damage of the incoming attack by 50%, basically by half. It is not impressive, to be honest, but if there's a if they have talked about it, increasing that somewhere 25% or 70%, that will make her very tanky. But I will leave that my final thoughts at the end of the video. And then we have new skill, which is Twin Thorn Shield, and which says the following, and this is support skill. At the start of battle and every 15 seconds after that, deploys 2 types of level 10 shields for up to 10 seconds. The Violet shield can block up to 2 torpedoes, while the Crimson shield can inflict up to 6 instances of collision damage. Damage is based on the skill's level. Whenever this ship hits an enemy with her torpedoes, restores 1% max HP to all Admiral Hipper class ships. And this, my friends, I will say is very unique, and I will tell you more about later. And then we have All Assault. Now, let's get the best part. If we go with the old design, actually take a quick look about it, you can see how much she has changed. Very classical design and all that. Nothing special, only about her blonde hair and tsundere attitude. And 2 riggins. But then she finally got kimono, was it? And I will say the artist did some really good job with this design. Very well made. Extra voice lines are always welcome. And then we have finally the juicy part, the retrofit itself. And this, I have to say, I highly approve this design, and you can see how much Hipper has changed from her original look all the way to this retrofit. And one thing that I actually, not just by classical upper armor got slight upgrade, it's also the lower part also got some very impressive upgrade, I have to admit. And this is a chef kiss design, I will say. Oof. The artist did some very good job with this one, and I love it. Every part of this design. Her riggings, of course, did some very impressive upgrades as well, and you can see some very magma design on there as well. Fire, magma. It's like a mix of a dragon and shark, I believe. But they are swimming in magma. Magma sharks? I don't know, but the overall design of the Hipper retrofit is impressive. And as a Hipper fan, I love it. Every part of this. The details, the looks, everything's top notch. And now I think everything else is done. I say it's now time for my final thoughts about the Hipper. So see you there. Hello everyone, this is voiceover Lucky Mia's voice. Yes, I know, Hipper is a very old ship girl. Now that I checked how old she is, she was released in Divergent Chessboard since 2018 December. So she has seen quite a lot of changes since then the Azur has gone through. And not just from the menu, but also the game and new gimmicks like submarines and then map designs. She has seen everything. She's a very old ship girl, respectfully. And also, yes, even by retrofit, she is still, well, you can, if you want to compare her, nowadays there are some really good ship girls that can do some degree better than her. But that doesn't just mean that they are better choice compared to her. I say the Retrofit Admiral Hipper may also give you more options to choose who you want to use. Like in example, main campaign. And the yes, in this one peculiar case, in the background as you can see map 14, yes, I am having Hipper and Eugen alongside. And Eugen is seen as much changes in the Azur lane as much as a Hipper. But now that the Hipper has retrofitted, and also she got her own ultimate module, I say that her performance did increase respectfully. Now this, I will also have to point out that what I consider sad fact is that yes, she had 130% main gun efficiency before being retrofitted, and she get only one gun. But now, some goddamn reason, she lost 10% from that efficiency just to get a second gun. And the question is, why? Well, I had to ponder this a bit, and I actually think I found the reason. It's the Guarding Shield Plus, which actually says increases this ship firepower and accuracy by 20% and torpedo and main gun efficiency of your Admiral Hipper class heavy cruisers by 10%. I think that 10% went to this skill. Now let's think about it for a bit, okay? Now if we have Eugen and Hipper compared, indeed Eugen has 125% main gun efficiency and just only 1, while Admiral Hipper is rocking with 130% before being retrofitted, meaning Hipper has way better, just 5% main gun efficiency. But then she loses that 10% and that is given to the skill, meaning she gets that 130% back, and Eugen gets 135%. But if we do it this way, if they didn't remove that 10%, or I almost said Eugen, Hipper would have 130% main gun efficiency, and with the guarding shield plus, she would get 10% more to the main gun efficiency, and then she would probably have, well, probably, I don't know the wording here, but the point is 140% main gun efficiency, and she has 2 guns. And to be fair, I say that deal would have been a lot better than losing that 10% for no solid reason. Now, as for them, every 30 seconds deploys 2 rotating shields, blah blah blah. Well, it is nice upgrade. Now as for the Vice Defense, it is 8% RNG, or just a chances. I don't know why. I guess increasing that from 8% chance, like a lot higher, shall we say, closely something like what Enterprise would have. I don't know, would that make her a lot better? But then again, when this says, when this ship is attacked, 8% chance to decrease the damage of incoming attack by 50%, I think that would make this ship very tanky, and probably tanky enough to actually challenge a ultra rare survivability, depending on the ship. And we are not gonna compare her to the likes of Aegir and Moskva, for example, or Kronstadt. Well, Hindenburg is a other choice, I don't know, but that would be interesting, making Hipper almost impossible to kill if she gets like 75% chance to decrease the damage by 50%. Like, well, it is a very old skill, very original skill, so I don't know. We all have opinions. But then we have Twin Thorn Shield. I'm gonna read this again. At the start of battle and every 15 seconds. After that, deploys 2 types of level down shields for up to 10 seconds. The Violet Shield can block up to 2 torpedoes, while the Crimson Shield can inflict up to 10 instances of collision damage. If you know Hipper history, this is a very strong reference to her fight against a Royal Navy destroyer Glowworm. And having shields that can do collision damage, and if you know how the collision damage works, because I do not, but I have seen what type of damage it can actually do to your ship, so I'm very confident this is a very useful skill. And then we also have the damage is based on the skill level, yada yada yada, but then we have whenever this ship hits an enemy with her torpedoes, restores 1% max HP to all Admiral Hipper class ships. And I did some testing, and it is confirmed she doesn't heal Weser, because Weser is a light aircraft carrier, but she does heal Blücher, Eugen, and did she heal microships like the other versions of Hipper and Eugen with the musical theme? I think she healed those two, if I recall. Or did she not? I don't remember. But I think she also heals Little Eugen too. But fun fact, I actually tested it. She also heals Hipper Meta herself, if I remember correctly, because it's been a couple of weeks when I actually tested it. And color me surprised, it was actually fun to see that Hipper healing Meta Hipper and the other Hipper classes, heavy cruisers, is actually a very funny mechanic, shall we say. Although it is just at 1%, but if we have, let's just say 4 torpedoes, that means 4% by good chance, if every 4 torpedoes hit. And if we actually take a closer look to the other torpedoes we have available in the game, something like 5 mount torpedoes. Okay, that was weirdly pronounced, but because, well, we have options. Irish Slipper has one, and then we have Ironplot, that ultra rare quadruple was it, and Ironplot triple mounts, that homing guides. I would take that, but that just drops to the 3%, so I don't know. I'd rather keep the 4 torpedo mounts, but if possible, also I will keep the quadruple, or was it quintuple? Yes, excuse me, it was quintuple torpedo mount. That also increases healing amount, shall we say. But other than that, I know the fact that she got retrofitted. She got her own augment module, and there's a nice amount of stat increase, and the question remains, are you gonna use Hipper a lot in any Ironplot fleet? Now, as for me, I'm gonna use her a lot in the Operation Siren, but in that place I have to be very careful against the boss fleet that can turn healing properties into damage or healing the boss ship itself, so in there I have to be with the Hipper very careful. And if you also want to play with a little, shall we say, you can either have, well, in this background I don't have Z16, I have Curl Meta, because Curl Meta actually can do some very good juicy things. No, excuse me, it wasn't Curl, it was Königsberg Meta. Thanks to her skill, which actually says the following. Every 20 seconds fires level 10 special barrage. Damage is based on a skill level that inflicts disciplinary mark to enemies hit. Enemies with disciplinary mark receive 12% increased damage from your vanguard. Now this is a very helpful skill with a ship like Hipper and her sisters. And then we have Bismarck, then we have Grass Zeppelin. Of course, Jade meta is optional, but I decided to give Weser some time to shine as well. But other than that, I'm very confident that she is now very much useful heavy cruiser in her retrofit, and personally, I will say that this Tsundere from the Iron Plot is my top favorites. And that's not all. I really like how much her body has also changed, especially thighs. I know I'm probably repeated myself about this, how much her locks have changed. But how can I help it? She is my favorite tsundere. My top favorites. And her rigging is also very greatly upgraded, which is very cool. But I think I'm gonna end right here. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this informative or something you like to enjoy to watch, subscription and hitting the like button, excuse me my English, can do the job with the YouTube algorithms and all that shenanigans. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.